An excerpt from the short story, The Art of Healing. They found Walter easily enough in dilapidated, junk-filled squalor around the corner from Golden City Restaurant. They had the distinct feeling he had been expecting them, for when they arrived at the front door, he saw them first through the grimy picture window, smiled, and waved them in. Barely. They had to remain standing near the door in order to fit in Walter Kunimura's living room. Piled with chairs and tables and overflowing cardboard boxes, it seemed as if once upon a time he couldn't decide whether to move in or move out. Defeated by the two directional pulls, it was easier to live in the lazy boy recliner and have the world come to him. "I know you. I know you," he grinned, his teeth as messy and dingy as the surroundings. "Come inside. Come inside." Catherine had the impression Walter spoke in repetitive couplets. She was going to make Alex pay this time. Not for lack of manners did Walter not get up to greet them. There was simply no clear floor space for him to stand. Catherine shuddered at the image of the sprightly man coming toward them like a monkey, balancing on the precarious piles, lunging from table to box to chair. "Excuse the mess! Excuse the mess!" He hadn't stopped waving since the moment he spotted their car. Brave Alex began to speak. Catherine braced herself for the litany of ailments. Never mind. I know. Kel told me. He told me already. Your mama. It's your mama. Wait. Elsie, where you stay?" From the dark, airless kitchen, a woman of indeterminate age hobbled out, stopping short at the boundary between the linoleum floor of the kitchen and the mustard-colored carpet of the living room. She stood waiting for instructions. Get the stone! She bowed once and disappeared. Walter turned to his guests and offered them treats, dusty pieces of peppermint in a koa bowl. Catherine unwrapped one for Eleanor. Her mother grabbed it and stuck it quickly in her mouth, as if she was afraid it would be taken away from her. Take more. She looked hungry. She looked like one hungry ghost." Catherine, having already decided they were on another wild goose chase, chose to ignore what this third charlatan just said. She gave her mother a second peppermint. Elsie returned, weighed down with a rock. She stood at the edge of the linoleum. The sisters looked at each other. They wondered who was going to retrieve the rock. It was obvious Elsie would go no further. To their surprise, Walter jumped out of the recliner. Nimbly, he climbed over several boxes and stood on top of a coffee table. As he reached to take the rock from Elsie, he almost slipped on a mountain of magazines. "Watch out!" Alexandra cringed. The weight taken off of her, Elsie retreated into the dark, airless kitchen. Sit down, anywhere all right. I could put the stone on your mama. I could put the stone on your mama's belly, okay? Eleanor, upon receiving permission to sit down, promptly did so on the nearest cardboard box. Empty, the box collapsed. The swift downward pull extracted from her a loud, cheerful fart. Alexandria cringed. Catherine vowed once again that this time her sister would certainly pay. "That's what I told Cal," Walter hooted, standing like a mischievous monkey on the coffee table, the rock like a coconut he was about to hurl. No need a stone. I already know what her problem. I already know." "Excuse me?" Alex and Catherine reached to help Eleanor to her feet. "Your mama, she get gas. She get too much gas." The sisters swore off healers. They were all kooks, they agreed. They found a care home in the valley, near the Chinese cemetery, which seemed like a good sign that their mother would be close to her parents whom she had lost so early in life. They gently released their father's grip, telling him it was all right. He could rest now. The real professionals would take over and make sure she was safe and comfortable. He had done all that was humanly, husbandly possible. When they brought their mother to the care home, it was the last time Eleanor walked unassisted, entering the gated garden, sparkling with morning light and the sound of water trickling from a fountain surrounded by a grotto of ferns and orchids. The sisters knew their father's heart was breaking as he led his wife into the large room that served as a dining area for the residents. 6 of the 7 seated at their own small round tables, waiting in wheelchairs for the noon meal. The smell of chicken and ginger simmering in a large pot filled the room. A few of the residents turned disinterestedly at the commotion of the new arrival shuffling toward an empty table. Their mother glanced at their father, turning her whole body the way an injured person would, stiffly, with a neck brace, looking, it seemed, for permission to sit down. One of the attendants went to get a wheelchair. It was as if she were his child, and the 3 of them were dropping her off at a new school where a birthday party was taking place. The other guests scratched their heads, rubbed their eyes, each one brightly bibbed as though they were wearing party favors. The bibs, red, blue, and yellow, the color of balloons.